Alright, everyone, welcome to another edition of Nitro. And already I could see the red notes. But, let's go on. Terrible match. Mordecai picks up the win over Ryback. Yeah, I could see an abysmal 18 rating overall, and the crowd heat at the end of that was dying. What is the problem? Well, Mordecai is horrible in ring. They were turned off by having a match outside of the pre-show between workers they are not invested in. Terrible way to start the show, and it killed the crowd right away, and it brought the crowd down. Ouch. Alright, not good at all. So yeah, maybe it's time to end the Mordecai experiment. They had hopes for him, and he started off the Dark Ministry okay, but these things are just not working out. So probably gonna end up having to get rid of him. Let's move on. The Righteous versus Chris Bay and AJ Gray. Not much heat, terrible wrestling. And oh wow, the Righteous lost this one. Whoops. And also bad segment rating. The crowd heat at the end of that was now it's dead. Oh my god. Not good, not good at all. Okay, yeah. Some changes will definitely have to be made here with the Dark Ministry. And well, at least Mark Calloway can still put off a great interview. Well, it's a promo. Unclear, but hey, it got the crowd interested again. Maybe I did have a different plan, but let's just pivot here. And now let's just say Mark Calloway was talking about making recent changes in the Dark Ministry because he has plans to further his grip on WCW, and that meant cutting away the dead weight. And he said we would see changes soon. Next up, the Wrecking Crew versus the Von Erichs. The Wrecking Crew pick up the win here. Let's see. Alright, so the crowd heat is still unclear. Wrestling did a 40, crowd did a 32. Overall, it's a 46, so we're headed back in the right direction after that horrendous beginning. Let's keep going now. We got a 6-man tag, and it is a decent match here. Let's see. Natalia submitted Carmella with the sharpshooter. Britt Baker was off her game, and she was penalized due to being in poor form. The crowd heat at the end of that is still unclear, but hey, at least wrestling did a 53, crowd did a 52, overall with a 55. Like I said, we're making the climb back in the right direction, and no surprise it came from the women here. Alright. So here we have a segment with Cash Wheeler approaching Shelton Benjamin, and he says, hey man, I see, your partner is doing a little bit better. I just need to know where things between us stand, I guess. And Shelton tells Cash not to worry, even though Charlie Haas is out of rehab officially, he still has a long way to go on his road to recovery, and he still needs a tag partner for now. And so if Cash is willing to still be a team, Shelton Benjamin says he's down. Crowd heat at the end of that was unclear. Segment did a 39. Shelton Benjamin needs a script to follow. Okay. So they have a tag match. Cash Wheeler and Shelton Benjamin versus Dirty Dango and Ice Williams. No heat, terrible wrestling, but Cash and Shelton pick up the win. Ice Williams was the weak link. No, I'm not surprised there. He is pretty green. Our crowd heat at the end of that is still unclear. Wrestling did a 40. Crowd did a 34. Our segment did a 46. Alright. Here we are AJ Styles, Jay White, Kenny Omega, Zack Sabre Jr. bump into each other backstage again. And once again, they're having a heated discussion. And, things are getting tense among the four. Each man is telling the other one, oh, you're lucky that brawl last week got stopped, or, I would have stomped you. And every man has a claim to make of why he's better than the other. And it ends up leading into a brawl again. So, good 5-minute angle. These four men were all brawling once again after a heated discussion about last week's brawl. Crowd heat at the end of that, still unclear, but the segment did a 69. Giggity. Very nice. Let's go on. Austin Theory is backstage and talking to Eric Bischoff and letting Eric know that he wants, more opportunities. He wants more things coming his way. Excuse me. To which Eric Bischoff told him, well, tonight, don't worry about that. You've got a match night. It's a tag match. So you should probably go and get ready for that. It was an average. Crowd heat still unclear. Segment did a 59. And there's this tag match that he was told about. Joe Hendry and Austin Theory versus EC3 and Chris Masters. Hendry and Theory pick up the win here. Chris Masters was the weak link. Finally, the crowd heat is warming up after that debacle of a beginning. Wrestling did a 44. Crowd was at a 42. However, our segment is only a 38. Yeah, I didn't realize. It's poorly placed because a wild brawl was the style I gave the match. Needs to have the crowd buzzing and ready for action. Unfortunately, I didn't think that our beginning of the show was going to kill the crowd heat. And Joe Hendry seemed off his game. Strange. Oh well. Sheamus backstage, and he quickly puts a beat down on Brian Pillman Jr. And as Brian Pillman's lying down on the ground, he says, look, mate, I would say this isn't personal, but we know it is. This is entirely personal. I just need you to get you out of the way tonight. I have some other business to handle. And walks away, leaving Brian Pillman Jr. on the ground. But crowd heat at the end of that was hot and rising, so that is great news. Segment rating did a 56. Sheamus putting in more work. And still backstage, a little further along after that, we have Nick Nemeth and Samoa Joe. Nick says, look, you said I needed to win my match against Sheamus. I won that match. And basically he's calling out Samoa Joe. He's saying, I won my match. I want my U.S. title shot. Joe, of course, not on screen. This just directed towards him. Angle got the crowd hotter. Nice. Crowd heat at the end of that was white hot. Very good. Very good. Segment was a 65. This is the direction we want the show to be going in. So here we have it. Nick gets his U.S. title shot against Samoa Joe. Had good heat. Decent wrestling. Unfortunately, the match went to a draw with a double countout. Both of the guys outside of the ring, neither of them able to make it back in as they were too busy brawling with each other on the outside. And yeah, crowd heat at the end of that was very hot. Wrestling was a 59, crowd 57, segment rating 62. MJF out here again, talking lots of smack, saying he's the best and he doesn't care about what anyone says. And before he can continue, he's interrupted by none other than Adam Scherr. Adam Scherr comes out and he says he's getting tired of hearing MJF's mouth. He was waiting for the right time to make his presence felt, but he says he just couldn't wait anymore. He's here to shut up MJF. So that was a good 5-minute angle between the two. Crowd heat at the end of that was very hot. Overall, the segment did a 74. And that closes out our show. A horrible, horrible start to the show, but at least it ended on a high note, which I am glad about. Let's finish the show. Yeah, yeah. Look at that, just truly horrible. But it picked up slowly from there, so. Alright, let's finish the show and check out all our headlines and whatnot. Oh, yeah. Don't care about financials, don't care about that. Let's go. Alright, here we are. Let's see. Tensions between Penta and Sami Zayn over in WWE. Okay. People like the majority of Raw. Drew McIntyre with the performance, of course. Oh, Vicky Guerrero's drama with Pagano. Okay. Damian Priest. Championship. Oh, the new WWE Intercontinental Champion over Braun Breaker. Wow. Yeah, show was good. Some found it underwhelming, understandably. Like I said, I'm going to change up the lineup of the Dark Ministry, get some new blood in there. Let's see. AEW Rejection. Who do they reject? Really? Let's give them a try then, if they're not going to try to sign him. Is confirmed to be leaving. Alright, let's negotiate. Oh, Carmella not getting along with Big Bill. Oh, they used to be in a relationship, but it ended up badly. Maybe you guys should just have to stay away from each other. Let's give it a try. Put them on for a year. Oh, no, hold on. Can I go less even? Yeah, we can. Let's give them 6 months. We'll see how that goes. What else is going on in the news? Maternity leave for Tay Mello. Okay, congrats to her. EJ Nutka. Never heard of him. Melissa Santos staying. Okay, let's go check out our mail. Drug test, blah, blah. Trish Stratus. Marshall Von Erich is charismatic. He's a future star. Well, thank you, Trish. I'll keep that in mind. Viewership figures for WCW are about the same, 4.8. What is this? Incident involving Ryback. Oh, here we go. I know when I booked the show, he was unhappy about losing the match to Mordecai. But, you know, this is what I signed the guy for, to be a jobber. He is my gatekeeper here. Let's see what the incident is. Oh, been identified as a steroid user by our WCW drug testing policy. Okay. What to do? Can't send him to rehab. Let's, I'll find him. Oh, okay, nothing noteworthy happened from it. And that was it. Alright, let's move on to the next day's headlines. Alright. Here we are to Wednesday. Sorry, I forgot Tuesday was the day after. Alright, Wednesday. Swerve Strickland engaged with someone not involved in the wrestling industry. Okay, well, congratulations to Swerve. Yeah, nothing. Right. Which, as always, will be the auto booker's job to handle. Let's see how my child company did. Power Plant Wrestling. They found it excellent. Alright, and the performance of the night belongs to Marco Stunt. Okay then, sure. Any other interesting headlines? Let me see. New team in PPW. Effie and Mike Rallis are teamed up, going under the Lost Souls. Okay, good for them. Yeah, no, not really seeing anything else. Dax Harwood has come back from his concussion. Alright, whether that actually means he'll be able to wrestle is a different thing, because they told me the same thing about Charlie Haas, but then he told me that he couldn't wrestle. So, let's find out. There you go. Dax Harwood. Are you available? Currently available. Okay, so he can come back. But like I said, it told me Charlie Haas came back, but he's still recovering from his overdose until July 31st, and we're only in April. Okay. Fabulous. Perfect. Let's move on. Let's go to Thunder. Any locker room incidences you want to okay, there we go. The trainers. Jay Lethal passing on tips to his protege, AJ Mendez. Okay. Oh, that was it. Perfect. No need to address the locker room. Let's go on. Let's let Otto Booker do his job. No title matches, please. Alright, let's start it. Shotzi versus Priscilla. And Shotzi picks up the win. And they have great chemistry together. Okay, so I might have to put them either in a feud or have them teaming up sometime later down the road. Okay, that's good to know. Christian Cage versus Jimmy Jacobs. Another one of our gatekeepers. Very good, very good. Moose versus Ron. Moose picking up the win, not surprised. Good 6-minute interview. Okay. Good for Nick. Good 4-minute interview. Good for Christian. Adam sure struggles going off script. Okay. Sting. Just an average one. Okay. Surprising. Jay White versus Keith Lee. Jay picking up the win. And they don't click, and it made for an awkward bout. Okay, gotta remember that. Don't put them in anything together. Theory versus Shane McMahon. That's crazy. Theory picking up the win. Adam Scherr versus Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry picked up the win. Get real. Okay, I guess they really believe in Joe Hendry. And Sting versus Nick. They had a good match. Okay, what a crazy Thunder. I mean, usually is when I let the Otto Booker do it, but my goodness. Alright, don't care about the financials. Yeah, let's move on. Alright, here we are. Friday, April 18th. Let's see. I don't know who Leon is. Leon? Whatever. She's retiring. Okay. WCW Thunder. It was decent, although hardly spectacular. Yeah, they usually never are. TNA. Excellent. Eddie Edwards was the star of the show. Good for TNA. Chongo to retire. That's anything else? Sekla? who's on my roster, is evolving. Okay, good for her. Haven't used her in anything yet, but she's working on doing stuff. Good, good, good. Von Wagner agrees to a deal with MLW. Let's see. Thekla has changed her wrestling style. She's now classified as an entertainer. Good for her. Drug testing, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Few ship figures for Thunder. Alright, let's continue. Alright. Angel Bonds Angel Bonds with Tiffany Stratton. Okay. It's Tiffy time for somebody. SmackDown, the show was awesome, fantastic reviews. Cody Rhodes, performance of the night. Matt Riddle, who works for MLW, loaned to AEW. Good boy. It's good luck to them and everybody involved in that debacle. New champions in WWE. Oh, new champion. I thought it said champions. Jade Cargill, the WWE Women's Champion for the first time, winning it on SmackDown. Congrats to Jade. Let's see. Oh, yeah, no, nothing else. Nothing that house show was held. Good for the house show. I did see briefly there before I deleted it that they had more people in attendance than last time. So good for the house shows. Good for us. Let's move on. All right, Sunday, April 20th. 420. Whoop whoop. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. WWE rising fast. Spending spree by WWE, who are looking into expanding into new markets, blah blah blah. Oh, okay, so they're going to be hiring lots of people, or bringing up lots of people from NXT, it looks like. Morale issues in AJPW. Let's see how AEW did. It was good, but some found it underwhelming. Nick Jackson was the star of the show. New team in TNA. Leon Slater and Ryan Nemeth teamed up. They're going under Express Delivery. Another new team. Sami Callihan and Laredo Kid. No name for them, but okay. Jordan Grace and Giselle Shaw. Oh, they had a bit of an argument, huh? Okay. Let's see. New champion in NXT. Ridge Holland, the guy they just fired in real life not too long ago. Well, I don't know if they fired him or if they just didn't renew his contract, but I know he's out of the company. But here in this world, he is the new NXT North American champion. Good for Ridge. Let's see. Anything else? TNA Rebellion. Masha Slamovich was the star of that, and it went down really well. Alright. Darby Allin and the Acclaimed are the new Trios champs after taking out the Death Riders. Nyla Rose is out on injury, only for a month to fully heal. New champion in TNA. Oh, Matt Cardona, second time as the digital media champion. Get it, boy. No mail, but we do have someone who decided to sign with us. It's both of them. So Will Hobbs and Big Bill for 6 months. Will Hobbs, I think I had him for 3 years, but good. New signings there. Very happy about that. And let's move on for the final headlines. Alright, and here we are. Oh, and it's night 1 of WrestleMania. on a Sunday. Weird. Was yesterday WrestleMania and I just missed it through all the other news reports? I thought I would have seen that, or what? Okay, whatever. WrestleMania Sunday. Feedback was awesome, fantastic. Cody Rhodes is the star. All right. Now there's booking heat and NJPW. Okay. Brody King versus Mansoor. So, further trouble in AEW. Speaking of, they are amazed by Claudio. Let's see what they did at Dynasty. It was great, lots of praise. Performance of the night went to Jon Moxley. What else do we got going on here? Jon Moxley is the new AEW TNT champ with a win over Daniel Garcia. And I don't really see any other headlines. I'm curious to see what kind of card WrestleMania or WWE put up for WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes defeated John Cena to retain his title. Gunther defeated CM Punk to retain the WWE World Heavyweight. LA Knight takes the win over Orton. Damian Priest defeated Dominic and Ray and Uncle Howdy to retain the IC champ. Bianca Belair with a win over Liv to retain the WWE Women's Intercontinental. Shinsuke defeated Trick Williams in a cage to retain the U.S. title. Rhea Ripley defeated Sonya Deville to retain the Women's World title. Bayley with a win over Alexa, and the Usos defeated Balor and McDonough. Okay. Oh, lots more matches. Nia Jax defeated Katana, Chelsea, and Lyra. The Kabuki Warriors defeated the Unholy Union. And a whole bunch of pre-show matches here. Crazy stuff. Alright. We have no mail again. Let's see. What is this? So he's big mad. So he was mad at losing the match to Mordecai. And then, even though it said nothing bad came of it, I guess he got mad by being fined for his steroid thing. And now he requests a release. He's unhappy and wants to leave. He wants to be out of his contract. And since that's his request, I don't have to pay him. You know what? Yeah, I'll give it to him. Goodbye. I have other gatekeepers that could fill his role. I was just trying to do something funny by having him consistently lose. I mean, he should have known that was his job as a gatekeeper. And I think he picked up like a win once or twice on Thunder. So, but whatever. Goodbye, Ryback. Go back to being unemployed and trolling on the internet. Alright, so that was it. That was the Monday Nitro, followed by the week's worth of headlines and mail and all that good stuff. We'll pick it up again next week when we do another edition of Nitro. This Nitro that I'm going to be booking here for Monday, April 21st, that's going to be the last Nitro before the next WCW PLE. Which, if I remember correctly, where does it go? What do I have? Events, here we are. Is going to be Resistance. So, thank you everyone for joining me. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That really helps me grow the channel and continue making more content. As always, I appreciate all of you. Till next time.